I think one of the pieces that is getting complex this year is new legislation, right? So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about something that is really affecting almost every taxpayer this year. Back in July of 2025, the OBBBA, that's a tongue twister, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act was passed. So that locked in some provisions. It, adjusted some other ones, created new planning considerations for individuals. How is the OBBBA impacting individual taxpayers this year?
So what's going to impact the individual taxpayer this year is, we want to touch upon like the changes to the income thresholds that were made permanent by the new bill. Also, there are some adjustments and deductions that, and also credits that were changed as well. And so we also want to touch upon, what are the impacts of this new bill on high earners, and also, the effects of the pass-through income and how it could affect your personal tax return. And also, we want to touch upon the Trump accounts that are a new type of individual retirement account.
Wow, there's definitely a lot in that bill, a lot of different provisions. So let's go through each of these just in a little bit more detail. Can we start with the changes in income thresholds?
So the TCJA, which is the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, it pretty much just, it lowered the individual tax brackets, and it also widened the amount of income in those brackets for your threshold. So that was set to expire at the end of 2025, but now, with the new bill, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, it made it permanent, and it just, there's just adjustments for inflation on it as well. So that's just one change when it came to, it just making it permanent. So, and also there's the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act also, increased the standard deduction that was made permanent as well. So that elevated standard deduction, it's going to benefit most taxpayers, but if you're a high income taxpayer, but you have low deductions, you might see minimal gains from that. Also, the loss of the personal exemption that was, that we had on your return, prior to TCJA, that's also, it's gone as well.